early May, and unfortunately all the plants I wanted to get out in April didn't happen because life happens and sometimes you just can't get things done in the time you want to get it done. But they're still going to get planted out. They're still going to do amazing. I'm sure of it. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world. It's gardening. It's going to work. It is an overcast day. It's a little bit drizzly, and it's a perfect day for planting because the plants, once they get into the ground, they don't want to be fired on with the sun right away. So I like to either plant the seed, I'm sorry, not seeds, plant the plants in the garden either late in the day so they have overnight to kind of settle in before the sun hits them, or a day like this, which is you can't see right now, but I'll show you in a sec. It's overcast, cloudy, rainy, perfect for gardening. Myself. My mother keeps talking to me while I try to get through this. So anyway, although I have been planning my garden since January, I still am not 100% sure exactly where everything's going. I had originally wanted to put my brassicas on one side, but that side's not ready yet. So I decided to go back to where I did them last year, or the year before, I forget, and put them along this fence. I have tons of Brussels sprouts, and I know they're not all going to fit in the garden with everything else I have growing. So I'm going to experiment this year and try to do a couple of them in pots and a couple of broccolis in pots, and then plant out the rest. See what happens. I might have just pulled out a squash or something. You know what? Let's try to grow it. Time to get this stuff in the ground. The first thing we're going to do is amend the soil with some of the cow manure. And in all the holes, I'm going to feed it with this bird dog stuff I got. These are Brussels sprouts.
I'm doing it with you.
Jack's here too. Say hi, Jack.
Hi.
Close up, Jack. Penelope is my camera person.
Can I do it with you?
Sure, come on over. Alright, so this is kind of where they're going. I'm just going to move them out of the way so we can do this with the soil.
Can I do this for now? Yeah, we're all helping.
Before we put them in there, we're going to add all of this black stuff to it. Not a ton.
And then spread it.
Yep. Just spread it in.
Can I do it with a shovel?
Yep, and then we're going to put the plants where they're going to go, and we'll do one hole at a time. So here's going to be our first one. Don't pat it, honey. Don't pat it. I just loosened all the dirt. The one's going to go here. One's going to go here.
I'm on a watch camera.
Okay. All right. Jack, can you get me that white bag of stuff? Without spilling it? What's that told you? Perfect. All right. Stop back here. Make sure we get some of that good dirt in there. Get out any rocks. Say hello to any of the worms that you find.
Hi, worm. Hi.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. We're just going to squeeze the side of the cup so it gets all loose. And then carefully hold the plant like this so when the soil come out, you don't break the plant. And do a little pop. Oh, there it goes.
Wow.
Already out. How pretty the roots are.
And then we're gonna like put it in and scoot it all around.
Yep. We want to give it a nice firm
Could I?
No, I'm going to do it for now, honey. I'll show you a couple more. We don't want to mess up with we want to give it a nice little firm tap, but we don't want to press on this little guy, the root coming out. Well, that's it. Oh, there's the worm. Cover him up. Keep eating that stuff in the dirt. Pooping it out, making the dirt good. Okay, next one goes here.
Bye-bye, worm.
Of them already planted.
We done it.
Okay, I'm not sure how good the other parts of the videos came out. The kids were helping me, but we'll do another one. Okay, so I'm trying to keep them on a diagonal away from each other, about 9 inches away, because I know they're going to get big. I also want to save some room, so I'm kind of staggering them. That's why I'm doing that, and I'm going to put some little things in between them. So I've already tilled everything. I'm going to put it here. So the hole doesn't need to be too big. Okay, and we're going to put some compost in it. Using cow manure, mix that around, and some plant food. Okay. Squeeze the pot, get it nice and loose. I put my hands right here so the seedling is nice and safe. When the pot comes out, the soil won't squish it. Perfect. Roots are perfect. They look great. And now I'm going to drop it in. Space. And use this good garden soil. Pack it all around. These first 2 leaves are the seed leaves, so it's okay if we get rid of those if they're touching. And we want to firm it in so the roots are nice and tight, but be careful not to mess with that stem. One more Brussels sprout. A lot of people come in and they'll throw a lot of this all around the garden, and I feel like it's a waste. I'd rather concentrate on the areas I'm actually growing, because there are some areas where you're going to be walking on. So I just like to use it right where I am growing, and then at the end I'll go around and put a little extra, but that way you know the area you're growing in is going to get that nutrients. Okay, so here's our last Brussels. We got 2 in pots, and I think 6 in the ground. Now the broccoli that I sowed the same time I had some problems with, I found out later that I think my cats were eating it. So I grew some more. I have some broccoli here. I only had 3 out of all my originals when I potted up survive. So they look awesome, the 3 that I have. They're just not as big as the Brussels sprouts because they never made it into the bigger container. But they're going to go out, and it's getting so warm they'll thrive. All right, it is going to rain. Normally I would water this all in really good, but it's going to rain for the next 3 days. So that'll be overkill. Okay, so we're going to use these pieces of old pair of blinds I had that broke. They're kind of stiff. So you've seen many blinds before. And then I'm just going to label them all. I forgot my pen, but on all of my cups I have some tape, so I'm just going to tape it onto here and label them all. It's starting to rain. I got the Brussels sprouts in. The kids, watch my niece and nephew, they're coming up upstairs. My 3rd floor, so I'm going to have to go up there soon. Make sure they're not tearing the place apart. They're pretty cool kids. They're 7 twins. But I think I might try to get the broccoli out as well. It's only 3. I'm sure they can't do too much trouble, right? Never know. 8 or 9 Swiss Chards in there after the last marigold. I got a couple poles in there, and I'm going to do some pole beans. Get a couple of those started. Here's our kale. Little marigold there. There's a marigold right there. The rest of that is kale. We have some Swiss chard in this row here. Some of it's very small, some of it's moving along better than others. Around these poles I planted some string beans, and they're pole beans, so I put the poles there to protect them. A little bit of an empty space because I want to add some more broccoli in. Even though it's late, I'm still going to try to grow a little bit more. These next 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. No, 3. 3 there are broccoli. Another marigold growing awesomely. Then we have a little bit of Swiss chard in front of the Brussels sprouts. Oh, there in the ground, another marigold at the end.